Hi, I'm Scott, and this is the 80 Thursdays project. So this is week 14, but it's also the Christmas break, whatever. I've been taking 2 weeks off because it's Christmas time, and I have within those 2 weeks kind of given myself a little bit of extra days mainly for planning the project and figuring out how I want to go into 2019 with a full year of this. Something else I've also been doing over the past few days, and I'm going to go into the next week off that I have, is going into the level design, which I have gotten a little bit further on. In my last video, I talked about the levels being layered, and you can go back and forth, and I can't remember if I said this or not, but the levels I'm thinking that they could be circular. So each level is going to be, rather than a flat plane that you see in a lot of other 2D games, 2D platformers, this will be more of a circular game. The only game I can think of that's kind of like this is Super Hexagon, an arcade game on iOS where you have to move down a hexagon-shaped corridor. This is obviously more platform-based. That one is more like arcade rhythm-based. So the past week, I have been drawing a little bit of that, and I have the beginnings of a level. I want to kind of keep it nice and simple and introduce a lot of the basic mechanics like jumping and movement. And also this is going to act as a test bed as whether or not I can get this to work. This is a good way to design it. So while I was doing that, I also kind of came up with a basic enemy type, which basically kind of looks like a ghosty, which is cool. It's nice and simple and it's clean, going very well with the aesthetic of the main character. On top of that, this week I also was playing around with the movement of the main character, trying to make it feel a little bit less icy and squishy in its controls. Like it didn't feel right. You would try and go forward a little bit and it would go forward a lot, and I didn't like that. So I've been messing around with that, and I'm still messing around with the jumping mechanics right now. If I just press and hold the jump button, he just jumps up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, non-stop. It doesn't fly off into infinity, but it keeps just jumping up and down, and it's really annoying. So I need to put some kind of jump counter on it so that you press it, and once it's pressed once, that's it. But I'm still playing around with that. As I said at the beginning of this video, one of the main things I want to do with my Christmas break is to come up with a more cohesive plan as to how my project is going, and more specifically how these videos are going to be done. The project itself, I'm pretty consistent in my weeks on my Thursdays getting to work on that, but what has been a bit lax is the videos. Now, the videos, as some people have pointed out, are not the point of this exercise of this project, and I would agree with that. These are not the most important thing, but they keep me accountable. They keep me creating and pushing forward, and it also acts as a way for me to go back and see where I was. So I do think they are important to the project as a whole. So from now on, I will be posting the videos every Friday at 6:30 in the evening, just as a way to keep it consistent. What I'm also going to start doing, in order to encourage me to analyze games a lot more and to learn from them, is the first Friday of every month, I am going to post a video that's kind of like a video essay on video games. You know, for example, one of the first is going to be on the recently released game for Xbox called Below, which is a roguelike and Zelda-inspired isometric adventure game. That'll be something I'll be doing in a few months' time. But the first video is going to be on the list that I keep every single year of all the games I've played. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I write just a quick little 3-word summary of every single game, including all the crappy, mobile-only games that I download on a whim because I see the ad on Instagram or whatever, all of them. And I'm going to go through a small list of the ones that really stood out and 8 of my favorites from last year. And then I'm going to be maybe going into a deeper dive with some of them down the line. But yeah, I'm quite excited to do these video essays. I think they're going to be quite interesting for me. If they're going to be interesting for other people, that's great. But I'm doing them mainly for me, just as way of analyzing games and helping me to improve my project by seeing how others have succeeded and how others have not succeeded as much. So yes, going forward, this will be what I'm doing, and I'm quite excited for 2019. So the first video will be on the 4th of January, and then every Friday after that, provided I don't get hit by a bus or something. I have been Scott. This has been day 14, week 14 of the 80 Thursdays project. Hope you guys had a great Christmas and Happy New Year.